The 805 Focus is brought to you in part by Nonprofit Connect. Nonprofit Connect provides superior leadership tools and resources so nonprofit leaders and board members can make valuable decisions to move their organization forward to a sustainable and vibrant future. More information on services online at nonprofitconnect.org.
Welcome to 805 Focus. I'm Dr. Cinder Sinclair with Nonprofit Connect, and we will be bringing you the latest on your favorite nonprofits. So get ready to be inspired. Our special guest today is Erik Davis, and Erik is the Executive Director of TVSantaBarbara. Welcome, Erik.
Hi, Cinder. Thank you so much. It's great to finally be on.
Oh gosh, I'm so glad you.
We do all these shows for all the other nonprofits. It's a great opportunity to share a little bit more about our community access center.
Yeah, and I can hardly wait to hear about that. I mean, you do so many wonderful things for our community, for the nonprofits, especially during the pandemic. And so, yeah, please tell us what you're up to these days.
Well, we've got a lot going on, as you can imagine. But yeah, you're right. These community access centers, and TVSantaBarbara has been here since 1974, if you can believe it, as the access center for Santa Barbara County. So it's a privilege and a lot of joy. And thank you for doing this show. So this is one of the ways that we kind of give back. We've spotlighted, we're going on 40 nonprofit organizations here in the last 5 months. So yeah, we're doing good. And these 20-minute evergreen shows air on our 2 community access channels and really give voice to nonprofits. And in a nutshell, kind of that's what we do for the community. We give everybody a voice. So
channels 17 and 71, right?
That is correct, on your Cox dial.
Yeah. And then also the nonprofits get a link to their interview so they can put it on their website. They can show it to donors, whatever they want to do.
Yeah, it's fabulous. You put it on your website, use it on social channels, send it to donors. Yeah, we get such positive feedback, and thank you for hosting. I know it's a little labor of love, but it's so fun to hear the stories too, and this community is so impacted for the benefit, with all the nonprofit organizations in town. They do such incredible work. So it's great to hear their stories too.
Yeah, and every story is different, and every story is completely inspirational.
Absolutely. Yeah, I know. So that's one of the ways we give back. So we do a ton of work in the nonprofit sector, and even during this pandemic, television, video has become more important. So we've done a lot more work helping nonprofit organizations. In fact, we launched a program last year. It's called the Give Forward program, where we donated our creative services to help those nonprofits and people in need.
Wow, that's great. So now a nonprofit can become a member of TVSantaBarbara, and they have all kinds of benefits. And it only costs $150 a year.
$150 a year for nonprofit organizations, right. And that allows them to come on your show, submit content to our channels. It allows them to use our creative service team. And it's a great value, for sure.
And even borrow your equipment, right?
Yeah, membership in general, we're an open access center. So members have access to our equipment, our training programs. We have these beautiful editing bays that we've upgraded to have Final Cut and Premiere. And these 2 studios, we have Studio A behind us. We are in our green screen, robotic camera, Studio B right now. And so that's the crux of open access, was to allow people to come in and make media and share the diversity of voices, share the diversity of opinion in this town. And then also key is training programs on how to use some of the equipment.
Yeah. So it can be really expensive for a nonprofit with limited resources always, right? That's a given, to put together some sort of a promo, maybe a 30-second PSA, or maybe they're going to do an event and they want a 10 or 20-minute film talking about them, and they can come right in here and do that right here.
Yeah, at some of the lowest prices in town for sure, and through our Give Forward program, we could offset a lot of the costs. You know, the Storytellers Children's Project was one of our recipients this year, and they wanted kind of what we call an impact or a hero video to kind of share with the world. And so we were able to go out on site, tape for a number of days, interview some of the board and staff, and see the kids in action and hear some of the parents' side of the stories, and really just amazing. So we do that. We do PSAs. You know, we do shows like this.
Yeah.
We have drone coverage that we can provide. So it's a lot of fun getting out in the community and telling these stories. And, you know, for nonprofits too, we found that when they have fundraisers or if you can show a video, it just enhances the whole thing. You know, it tugs at the heartstrings, and you know, it's great storytelling.
And they don't have to pay $5,000.
No, video production is very expensive, as you can imagine, and
yeah.
So we've got this gem. So that's one part of our, we call the kind of the creative services end, and then we have the in studio production, which we're doing now, along with the training and equipment and rentals too. So
So let's talk about the training for a minute.
Yeah.
So my understanding is that a person in the community, let's say they're in high school or they're in college or they're retired, it doesn't matter, they can come in and be an intern, a volunteer, they can learn all about editing and all the things that you do.
Yeah, well, it's exciting now that we've kind of come through this. It looks at 2022 now. We're just kind of crafting our training schedules, you know, and we're going to expand it to include media literacy and photojournalism and some other things. But yeah, our training programs are really exciting because you learn the basics of camera equipment, you learn studio production, you learn editing. So these classes used to be open to the public. We'd have them on Saturday. We had to pause them for a little bit because you know, the indoor high touch stuff. So we're rolling out our plan for the new year with a comprehensive you know, training programs that repeat. So they're really popular. People love learning how to edit and, you know, hands-on production. We've got DSLR cameras and big studio cameras. And so it's a lot of fun. And then after that, you can actually go out in the field and utilize it. You know, we tape a lot of lectures around town at the Maritime Museum, the Natural History Museum, the Historical Society. And so you can actually go out and shoot, you know, not only learn here, but take it out and utilize our equipment.
That's great.
And cover content.
So if a nonprofit wants you to come out and film their presentation, that's another thing that you would do then.
Absolutely, we do a lot of lectures and coverage of things, which is great because then we also air it on our community channels, 17 and 71, and people love watching the local lectures. You know, we've also dug into the arts. We just we filmed the Middle East Ensemble, which we're uploading right now. I was doing that this morning, which was at UCSB. It was a 2-hour, just spectacular production. And, you know, they couldn't have as much attendees as they did in person, so they came to us and said, you know, would you film this event and broadcast it on television? Because I know a lot of our viewers would love to watch it, and we said yes. And about a month ago, we did the 20th anniversary of BASH. Have you ever seen that?
I did. It was amazing.
Yeah, that was a 3-hour spectacular. And Derek Curtis, it's his 20th year doing that. And he's never had it recorded, never had it broadcast on television. And so they came to us and said, and we did this in kind, not only for them, but for the community. So during these times, you know, we're really supporting not only nonprofits, but I've really found a real joy in keeping the arts alive.
Yes.
You know, not only filming them, we also live stream that BASH event so people around the world could really watch it. So, you know, that's been fun. And earlier this summer, we did a big movie that premiered at the Arlington for the summer solstice. Oh. You're right. So they were looking for ways to kind of keep summer solstice alive.
Yeah.
You know, without the big gatherings of 100,000, without the beer gardens. So for a good 2 months, we taped at the CAW, the Creative Arts Workshop, and captured all the artists, got the stories, watch the inflatables go up, and which they put around town. And then we created an hour-long film that premiered on Solstice Saturday at the Arlington, and it was just heartwarming. And we again did that for free, just to support, because you know how much the arts means to Santa Barbara.
Yeah. So really, it sounds like you are in the business of giving voice to people in the community. Anybody, everybody gets a voice.
That's a great way to put it. Yes, everybody has an opportunity at TV Santa Barbara to share their story, to share something of passion, to share their voice. So it's great. It could be, we have productions that take place, in a person's garage. We have high productions that we assist on, and so it's a variety of people, of stories. But the pivot that we made during the pandemic was actually to go out and be of service, to be of help, to support the arts. We'd often broadcast them, if they had, but like I said, I think streaming and television and videotaping is almost more important than it's ever been.
Yeah.
And with some of the live streaming, you could share concerts and lectures with people that don't have to be there, right? They can tune in from anywhere around the United States or anywhere really with the smartphone, with a computer. You can stream. We are on Roku and Amazon Fire.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
you are just everywhere.
It's been we're hopping for sure.
Gosh, I just might come in and learn how to do all this.
I bet. It's fascinating.
It would be fascinating.
Yeah, it's fun. We have a team of producing this right now, and they're getting some hands-on experience at production, and it's a great way to start kind of a career and learn. And so like I said, I think media is changing quickly, and we're kind of being on that forefront of that change.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
So now let's just talk for a minute. TV Santa Barbara is a nonprofit, 501c3, right?
That's right. It's been a nonprofit since 2001, I believe.
Okay.
So it had a variety of iterations, and a couple years ago, I had a chance to sit back with the founder who founded this in 1974.
Oh my God.
Fascinating. Really just fascinating. And he got his start in kind of, some of the early sports that weren't televised, surfing and skateboarding. That was his interest, and beach volleyball.
Yeah.
And so that was kind of the early things. And then he went on to Fox Sports, and now a lot of these things have become mainstream. So it was a fascinating story. But the fun that they used to have on community access shows it was very lighthearted. It was super community access. You see the Wayne's World. It was a community access kind of play. So that was fascinating, and it morphed into Cox Cable for a long period of time, and then it emerged in the beginning of this century into the nonprofit that we know as TV Santa Barbara today. But that is one of the things that people may not understand, that we are a nonprofit.
Yes.
We rely on community support, and not only to make content, but for financing and to make public media possible. Be able to share these voices. Running an access center isn't always cheap, and
oh gosh, I can only imagine.
So we are a nonprofit, and that's one of the messages that I want to get out there too.
So donors who love the nonprofits and want to do what they can for the nonprofits, especially those that they love, they can support them additionally by supporting you.
That's right. Yeah, it's a great way to give back, and a lot of the support facilitates youth training and summer camps, and it could be equipment upgrades for members. So yeah, that's right. You could go to our website, and we have a donation page, and we also have a list of equipment needs that can support our efforts here.
So if a person goes to your website, they can probably click a Donate Now button, and they can make a financial donation. They can also maybe find out about how to be an intern or how to learn all these things. Yeah,
internships, programming, how to get a show going. We got a lot of people that want to start their own show.
Yeah.
And it is a bit of a process. You got to find your rhythm. You got to get started. So it's a lot of fun. Every week we get calls of, I want to start a show. I have a topic I love.
Yeah.
And that's really what you'll see, these passionate, a variety of interests. But it could be a psychic show. It could be a wine show. It could be yoga, and it's just wild. It's so much fun. It's just kind of everybody comes through the community access station, and it's a blast.
I can tell that you really enjoy it.
Yeah, and then that's where the interns and things can help others make content while getting great hands-on experience, because we've had a lot of people that came through our teen camps, our youth training programs have gone on to big things. So it's fun to see.
Tell us about those camps, the youth camps.
Yeah, it is just it's fabulous, and we had to pause the last couple years, but we're excited for 2022 because basically for an entire week, it's ages. We have two. We started with a youth camp that was kind of 7 through 11.
Oh.
And then the last time we offered a teen camp too.
Oh.
But these kids, they just love these camps. We have to limit them to 10 to 12 just because of the equipment limitations. But man, do they love it. It's they get hands-on training, and a lot of the kids are digital natives now. You wouldn't believe what they're doing on their YouTube channels. But it's important because we can also talk about media literacy. The importance of information, disinformation, misinformation, the importance of your digital footprint as you kind of go through, that some of the things you post and create can stay with you, for your life. So, be smart about it, how to interpret the right messages.
That's so great.
So we take that teaching time in addition to giving them hands-on experience for, editing, equipment. And so, like I said, these kids just love it, and the parents love it because it's a full day, and the kids come away so charged. And at the end, they put together a video. It's just to see this facility buzzing with youth is just heartwarming.
So it's a full day every day for a week in the summer?
Yep, and we do 2 or 3 weeks during the summer.
And is it here?
It's held here. And we sometimes will take, especially with the teen camps, we'll go out and film on location. So we can produce something. And a lot of times we'll partner with groups. I think we did the MTD to help tell their story a little bit. Yeah. And then we also are part of the Fun in the Sun program of the United Way. So we were able to do that the last few years too. Not only virtual instruction, but we were able to go into the classroom and take our iPads and let them play around. And boy, what a change of attitude when TVSantaBarbara comes in, versus the kind of reading books and those things.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, we bring a drone out and let them play on their iPads, and they have so much fun.
Gosh.
It's so much fun.
You do so much important work in our community. And so we got to let people know.
We do. We got to.
Erik, we have a couple of minutes left.
Okay.
What else would you like our listeners to know about TV Santa Barbara?
Yeah, you can watch some great local content on 17 and 71. It's now it's now on the high def channels. It's right there. So you can enjoy a lot of arts, and you can enjoy a lot of dance, and you can also get the local perspective. What I love about it is it's hyper local content.
Yes.
It's stories from people by local people, and then check us out too for memberships and support and things of that nature, because it's an exciting place to be.
It is.
And we're pushing the buttons on innovation and not just staying behind like an access center. We're being proactive and we're going out. And we're having a lot of fun in the community, and we're here for the community. And I'd like to thank the city of Santa Barbara, who has supported us for really since the inception. City of Carpinteria has been a big partner, and so we have some great partners in this community who make it happen. But at the end of the day, it's the people, it's the community. I call it the people's channels and the voice of the community, because it really is. Public media is just such a treasure. And we're lucky to have an access station here in Santa Barbara.
We sure are. Boy, this is where it's happening.
It is happening, so check us out.
Yeah, and I have to tell you, I'm so impressed with your board of directors. And so they're a bunch of committed, passionate people, very creative and enthused. They are really wonderful.
Yeah, I feel really blessed. And not just the support of the board of directors, and that's another way people can get involved, of offering their skill set to our board, to our future of community access. But also we have the most incredible staff, as you know.
Yes.
It's a pleasure to come to work every day and just to engage. And we have a couple new employees that are. It's just brought an energy that's so much fun. But yeah, our staff is fabulous, our board is fabulous, and really the members and the people that make it happen are just what community access television is all about. So, and thank you for your support. I know hosting these, it's a great show. It's a great way to give back, but also on a personal note, what you've meant and for your support.
Thank you. Yes. Well, thank you for all of the good, important work that you do that blesses so many people in our community.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing it today.
And thanks for being on our show today.
All right. Well, thank you, Cinder.
And thank you for joining us on 805 Focus, and we'll see you next time.